My name's Rick Hamilton. I live in Riggins, Idaho. I had not severe, but definitely constipation problems for about 5 years. And I seeked out a colonic about 4 years ago at a different place. 3 of them didn't seem to help me all that much. And I've had cancer in my right kidney, which I have half of it remaining now. Thought I'd be done with that, but just recently, in the last couple months, I've had that come back on me. They say they got it all, and they probably did. I looked online this April and found David and Wendy DeHaas's 10-day colonic cleanse place, and I came down and took 3 to help my constipation. At that time, I didn't know I had my cancer come back. And definitely was impressed with their colonics here in Boise, Idaho. And so I told David I would set up for a 10-day cleanse, and then recently just found out I got cancer back again. So I came down here for the 10-day cleanse, and I've learned a lot. I feel real positive about it. I'm going to beat this cancer without them cutting on me. I've had 15 surgeries in my life, so I'm not really jacked about going back and getting the orthopedic surgeon's knife again. I feel real positive, like I said. I've had a real good experience. They're both lovely people. I think they can help you. And I've just finished my 10-day cleanse. I'm gonna have one more colonic tomorrow. That'll be 11 before I head home. And then I'll be back within a month to 6 weeks for a follow-up liver cleanse. And I've learned a whole lot. There's a whole lot of information here. Like David says, a lot of people probably have trouble digesting all this in a 10-day deal, but I feel real positive about having learned a whole lot of things that I had no idea that I was toxicity in my system from a lot of things that I'd done. And I'm 65 now, recently retired from the Union Pacific Railroad, a place where I was in transportation and got to work 7 days a week.
So what kind of source of toxicity do you suppose you got from there?
Well, I can tell you one, asbestos smoke. All the brake shoes are made it, and I was in transportation, riding a train every day or sometimes twice a day. I doubled. Mesothelioma has taken out a number of railroaders. I wouldn't have been surprised if I ended up with that. But also creosote, probably one of the more toxic things that I've dealt with in my life. You always have it on your shoes and your boots. It's all over the place. It is what they treat railroad ties with. And to make them last. Now they went to concrete a lot of places, but there's a lot of railroad ties are still creosote out of oak ties, and that is a very highly toxic thing that I knew before, but I didn't know it was quite as bad. And then there's diesel smoke and diesel fumes. I'm sure I've ingested a whole bunch of that. 32 years of this, 7 days a week, maybe doubling 2 or 3 times in a week. So I'm sure I've been exposed to a whole lot of that, and might be part of the reason that I have cancer in my kidney. That and a number of other things that I've learned about since I've been here.
Rick, what you said you learned a lot here. What are some of the things that stood out that you learned that you felt was helpful for you on your healing journey?
Well, not just the diet that you need to adhere to, buying organics. I learned a lot of different things that can help me with my particular problems. There's a whole lot of information here that I think that if you have any problems whatsoever, you can learn a lot just by coming here alone. That I would have had a hard time, and probably a long time, trying to seek out and find myself. Dave and Wendy have put obviously a lot of time in, effort in trying to help people, and they have a wealth of knowledge that you can tap into a little bit, and it'd be highly advisable if you did. Thank you, Living Waters, for the 10-day cleanse, and I will be back.